It's that time!
Number 2, my lord!
Or is
You
it
mean
number?
5:37 p.m.?
Right on the dot. In 55 seconds.
Perfect.
But at this wondrous time of the evening, or maybe morning, depending on where you are located.
Or when you're listening.
Very true. You get to listen to the Puck Buddy podcast.
Nothing better.
Woo!
Yeah, what else would you rather listen to? I can't think of much. Maybe Morgan Freeman's voice. That's all I can really.
David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Have we tried getting Morgan Freeman on the podcast?
I think we did, but
It's hard to get God on the podcast.
yeah.
He's very busy, man.
Which I prayed multiple times, but he did not answer. So yes, we are the Morgan Freeman-less Puck Buddy podcast for today.
Yes. The hockey gods shall shine upon us.
We will do our best to make his holy name great again.
It's already great.
Yeah, it is true. So I am here with Cameron Che,
What up?
Eddie Murad,
What up?
Bo Hendrickson. What up? And we are here to provide you with some excellent and expert fantasy advice about fantasy hockey.
Some
believe it or not.
okay fantasy advice.
The okayish.
Okay-ish.
Yes. But yeah, anyways, we are here to tell you as much as we can about the fantasy realm that is hockey, and hopefully, lead you to a fantasy championship. Is that the goal as always, right?
At least not to get last
Okay,
place.
so.
Well, so you probably shouldn't take Eddie's advice.
Just don't be the commissioner of your league.
That's true.
That's the strongest advice I can give to y'all out there.
The commissioner curse is a real thing.
It's very real.
Yeah.
It's haunting my dreams right now. Can't get out of last place, no matter what I do.
So,
But anyway,
so we got a great podcast ahead of you today. We are going to go through one of our favorite segments, I think we would say, is the Who the Puck Am I segment. And then we're going to lay on our starts of the week for you.
starts of the week.
That exact drop will
Yep.
be happening.
That's all I got.
And then that will probably wrap up our podcast.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it, guys.
All right.
So let's do it. Who the puck am I?
Who the puck are you?
Bo Horvat, obviously.
Wiener Horvat.
the legendary
Bo Wiener.
Horvat.
Oh, we know that.
Everybody needs Bo Wiener in their life.
They do. Can't get enough of it. All right, guys, let's start this off. Who the puck am I? So I am... Well, actually, let me introduce this section again, because I feel like it's been a while, right?
It has.
Let me explain the rules.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little antsy here. It's a very good segment. So this segment,
Smart
essentially, I'm going to be introducing different statistics about different players. And with these statistics, Eddie and Cam will try to figure out which player I am talking about.
We're going to make guesses. We're going to attempt it.
Yeah, they're going to put their fantasy analyst title to the test.
It's not going to be pretty.
You think you can handle that, Cam?
Hey. Yes.
That just shows right there how confident you are.
If I don't know what confidence is, then that's exactly the confidence we need. He's ready.
He's ready.
All right, let's start it off. Who the puck am I?
All right.
So I am currently on this season right now the number 6 fantasy right winger. So
All right.
I am a right wing forward, and I'm top 6 right now. I currently am in the top 10 in points in the NHL. So you think that makes sense if you're the top 6 winger that you would have top 10 points. So kind of rolling along with that. So this is one that kind of surprised me a little bit, but this player is the leader in power play points this season.
Is he on Columbus?
I'll let you decide that.
I'm pretty sure he's on Columbus. But anyway, continue.
So the next stat I have for you is he is the leading scorer on a team with 5 scorers over 30 points.
Definitely Columbus.
So your Columbus theory could be correct in this sense.
Yeah.
The Rangers are also another team that have a lot of
Probably Penguins.
high scores, the Penguins. So you would think that they're top of the league right now.
Okay.
So this team is first in the Metropolitan Division.
Is it Penguins?
You should know that.
I know. I always mess these up.
And I kind of want to take
Oh
your
my
guesses
God.
right now
Yeah. Definitely.
before I give away the last one that will completely give it away.
Okay, I think I have a guess, maybe.
It's like Cam Atkinson or Nick Foligno or something.
What's your guess, Cam?
Gosness.
Gagne. Yeah. It's a good.
Those are some good guesses, and one of you was correct. I'll give you that. So this stat right here will give it all away. So according to one of the Puck Buddies, he has the best name in the NHL.
Bo Horvat.
Close.
Well, yeah. I
Alright,
got it.
I'm going to rescind my answer and change it to Bo Horvat?
Nice. You were close. You were very close.
Cameron.
Big Cam.
Cameron Atkinson.
Yes, the man himself.
Yeah.
He was free agent for so long in our league.
Yeah, I have no idea how he was free agent for that long. But yes, Cam Atkinson, one of the greatest names of all time, as we've said many times before. Isn't that right, Cam?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. But that's pretty crazy, right? He leads the league in power play points.
That's pretty impressive. I know
I had no idea.
Columbus scores a lot of power play points. I know Wenberg.
Yeah, I don't think it's that impressive. I mean, his name's Cameron, so.
It's true.
It's just a normal everyday thing for your name is Cameron.
You're the best at everything you do, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Is his name Cameron Atkinson or is it Cam Atkinson?
I think it's just
I
Cam.
think Cam, but still.
Yeah. All right, well,
Well, yeah, so that is our first Who the Puck Am I?
that's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, his name is Cameron Atkinson.
Cameron, it is.
Atkinson.
I looked it up because I don't want to sound stupid.
Oh, his birth certificate is just Cam. The name's Cam.
My name's Cam.
It's actually Matt, but he ran into the mirror one time and then he can change it.
Nice. Well, let's hop into another forward that I got for you guys. All right. You ready to do some guessing?
All right, I'm ready.
Ready.
All right. Who the puck am I? So similar to the last player, Cam Atkinson, he is number 6 at his position in fantasy hockey. But he is the number 6 center in fantasy hockey. So it is not a right wing position or a left wing. It is center. So, center is a strong position, so there's a lot of names you could think of.
Yeah.
So the next one is he is in the top 20 points in the NHL right now. Currently number 17.
Yeah.
So he's up there, as he should be, with the number 6 center.
Oh, no. Okay. Continue.
So
I
the
have
next
no
one,
idea who it is.
the next one is pretty key right here. He is number 2 in goals behind Sidney Crosby.
Well, there goes mine. I definitely don't know now.
So, and he's also scored the most goals in this last month of fantasy hockey. So
I may have a guess, but
I can keep on going.
You should keep on going.
But yeah, so just know that this man is a natural goal scorer this year.
Okay.
All right. So right now he is currently on pace to end his current team's captain streak of leading his NHL team in points every season. So pretty much I'm saying the captain of his NHL team always leads their team in NHL points for the past probably 5, 6, 7 seasons. But now this player is on pace
To break that.
to break that trend.
Oh.
All right, any guesses before I continue?
I got nothing right now.
Okay, I can keep going then. His team is currently not in a playoff position for as well as he has been playing. Not saying that it's not close. They're just not in a position now. All right.
Okay.
Then I'm going to give you my last guess. But in, what is it? I believe it's the last 3 matchups he's played, he's been a shark killer this year.
Oh,
So
that leaves the door wide open.
He's been serving up some
That
shark,
could be anybody.
It could be anyone.
serving up some shark fin soup.
Oh boy. Is he on the Kings?
He could be.
Ah.
Did you get that one, Cam?
Yeah, is it?
I know who it is.
All right. Do you want to take a guess before Eddie does, Cam?
I'm thinking of Jeff Carter.
You are right.
That's who I was thinking too.
Jeff Carter.
That filthy animal.
He's been a complete shark killer this year.
He's just.
I believe he has either 3 or 4 goals against the Sharks. I know his
sat
last
him
game.
both times
yeah.
when he played the Sharks, and I regret
Last
it.
game he got 2 goals against them. The game before, I know he got at least 1 or 2. And he's just been lighting us up like no tomorrow. Like,
Yeah, I mean he's been good for
But
on the season.
the fact that he is number 2 in goals
That's
is
amazing.
something that should be noted.
Kopitar's been struggling though, so
Yeah, and that's the thing I thought that would kind of give it away is Kopitar has led his team in points almost every year since he's been captain.
that's pretty amazing too.
So this will be the first time that someone will usurp that title from him.
Well, at least he's a better hockey player than all the other Carters being. What, Aaron Carter did his music thing, didn't turn out so well. And then Jeff Carter's a good hockey player, though, so it's all right.
Gada!
God,
Jimmy Carter was very good at hockey, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I have him on my team in one league, so it kind of came to me later, but
I was thinking you would get
a
him.
lot of them, threw me off until the very end. I kind of put it together, but that was a good one. Carter has been killing it for me this year. I'm glad I didn't trade him.
He is probably one of the top centers, or he is a top center in the league. So
Yep.
if you have Carter, you're very, very lucky.
Yep.
So now I'm going to move on to the defenseman. So this is our player number 3 of Who the Puck Am I?
All right.
So I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be one of the tougher ones.
All right.
Just putting this together myself was very surprising in terms of how well this player has been performing.
If we can guess it right off the bat, do I get extra points?
You win the game.
Ramus Ristolainen.
Valid, but no. Do you have any prior stat guesses, Cam?
Nino Niederreiter.
Yeah, he plays defense.
He
so.
plays defense now.
What up?
He's definitely on the first line.
Wait, I can't hear you. I can't hear you very well.
Okay, that's my bad then. But yeah, he is a defenseman.
Oh, okay. Then let me do it again.
Bo Horvat.
Could be right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Just take a random guess. Justin Braun.
You're half correct.
I was going to say Paul Martin.
It is not Paul Martin, but valid choice. I like the Sharks' guesses,
Yeah, might as well run
but
through those.
unfortunately, none of those Sharks defensemen are ever fantasy relevant. But they're good on the Sharks. All right, I'm going to hop right into it. So this defenseman is currently ranked number 9 in fantasy defensemen. So he has made the top 10 list.
Wow.
Oh my god, I kind of have a feeling of who this is. But anyway,
So
continue.
this stat that I'm about to give you is the one that blew me away that I had no idea. He currently is tied for the lead in plus minus.
Is he on the Penguins?
He very well could be.
Oh, I know who it is.
So I'm going to keep on going through this if
Uh,
you need a couple more stats, Cam.
Keep going.
I think I may have an idea what team it is.
Keep going anyway. 'Cause
Okay.
I think we both have an idea.
Well, if you guys have an idea, I'm just gonna keep on going through it
For the
just
viewers
for
at
the
home.
viewers that they
for the listeners,
they can start guessing a little bit.
Yes.
So he is only 79% owned, which is kind of surprising for the number 9 defenseman in fantasy hockey right now.
Yeah, right?
So
Did this guy come out of nowhere?
He did.
Yes, I know who it is.
and by coming out of nowhere is he started on the third line of his team, so he was a third line defenseman. But recently he's been earning more ice time due to both his play and in the injuries around him.
Yep.
And so these injuries are occurring on the second place team in the Metropolitan Division. So you know the first place team is the Columbus Blue Jackets. So you'll have to guess what the second place team is.
Hang on.
And if you couldn't guess what the second place team is, this team was the Stanley Cup champions last year.
Arizona. Ah, dang
The
it.
Arizona Coyotes! Albrecht Martin! Yay! No. But since
Las
you got...
Vegas?
What was that?
Las Vegas?
Yes.
What-
The-
Las
Las
Vegas.
Las Vegas. That's won the cup last year.
It
Perfect.
was Floyd Mayweather, leader of the Las Vegas Knights. But since you guys both know
Ian
what
Cole.
the team is, who is the player?
Ian Cole.
Is that really your guess?
No.
Okay. Cam, what's your guess?
Justin Schultz.
Yep.
Ooh, you are right.
Correct. Yes.
Justin Schultz is that man, the number 9 fantasy defenseman. And that is above his fellow teammate, Chris Letang,
But he's been injured.
which is why he's been excelling so well.
I can't
So-
believe, like, everyone had a chance to get this fool at one point.
Yeah.
Because he was just so widely available. No one knew about him.
And no one picked him
And
up.
I didn't believe in him, honestly. I didn't think he would continue his point streak, but
I didn't either. I thought it was going to be a...
he was in our. Ian Cole was in our traps, and Justin Schultz was in our beware. But honestly, you just should have been aware and just grabbed him. But
Yeah.
whoever you did, you're a lucky boy or lucky girl.
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention his name now so I can mention it again later.
All right.
So, all right, let's wrap it up with the last Who the Puck Am I? This one's going to be a little different in the fact that it's going to be Who the Puck Are We?
Oh.
So
Or
I'm
the
going
Puck
to...
Buddy podcast.
Yes! Actually, the answer was Bo, Eddie, and Cam, but you were close.
We got it.
But, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mention some stats about some goalies, and you are going to have to tell me every single one of those goalies. And so I'm pretty much going to tell you right now, these are the top 5 goalies in the NHL. And you have to tell me who they are and what order they rank in.
And what their favorite ice cream flavors are.
Yes, that too. All right.
Gotta have half baked on there.
So I'm just going to give you all the stats, and then I want you guys to give me all the names, and then we can rank them afterwards, just so
Okay.
you guys have the right names.
That sounds fun.
So just to get the stats out there, all of these goalies have a below a GAA, a goal against average of 2.07.
I know Bob is up there.
Yes, but there's only one of them that is above 2.00. So 4 of these goalies have a below a 2.00 goal against average, which is really good for a tender in the NHL.
All right.
Next stat, all but one of us have a save percentage above .930. And that one person has a save percentage of .928, so that can easily change. So pretty much you need to know these goalies have a really good save percentage. And also, all but one of us have 20 or more wins. And that one exception has 18 wins. So they all...
Talbot must be up there, huh?
You can guess. Well, actually, now's your time to guess. Who are the top 5 goalies? I'll tell you yes as you guys go.
Bobrovsky,
Yes.
Dubnyk.
Yes. Cam, you got anyone? So he said Bobrovsky and Dubnyk.
Colby and Price.
That's 2. Who's the last one?
Talbot?
It's not Talbot.
Jones?
Nope. Cam?
Crawford.
Budai.
Nope.
Oh, dang it. I know it'd be a
Is it
sneaky one.
Crawford?
It's not Crawford.
Marine.
Not Rene.
Marine's been sucking. Who's the last one?
Guys need some more hints.
Not Allen.
He's won a Stanley Cup before.
Rask. Oh,
There you go.
I got it. Nice. All right.
So the goalies, the top 5 goalies this year are, as you guys mentioned, you said Bobrovsky first. You said, well, not in ranking, but just mentioning.
Dubnik's first, huh?
So, yeah, well, let me just mention the names first. But
Okay.
there was, you went through Bobrovsky, you said Holtby,
Dubnik.
Price, Dubnik, Rask. Now I want you guys to rank them.
Dubnik's
So what I'm going to
first.
do is you give me your top 5 first, and then Cam will give me his top 5 second.
Dubnik first. Bobrovsky, Holtby, Price, Rask.
Okay? Cam, rank your top 5 of those 5 goaltenders.
Okay, I'm going to go Dubnik as well.
Okay?
And then Bob.
Okay?
And then Holtby. And then Price. And then Rath.
So you guys did the same rankings, and both of you were wrong.
Dang it.
But you were very, very, very close.
Dubnik, Price.
Nope.
No, okay.
Let me give it to you.
All right.
Dubnik, Bobrovsky, Holtby. So you got the top 3 right.
So we switched the last
Oh!
Rask and Price.
Price has fallen a lot since
So.
losing him. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys, you pretty much had it. It was guaranteed, but I would have guessed Price before Rask too. So totally understandable.
All right. That was a good one.
But yeah, that's who the puck are we right there.
Wow.
Nice.
What the
Okay.
puck?
What the puck, man?
What the puck, guys? That was a good one, though.
Yeah, so
Definitely didn't know any of that, so
But yeah, you know, I always love that section because you kind of
get some
you
knowledge.
get to hear you get to hear the stats before the names, so you don't associate the face with the numbers, and it's always good to hear the numbers first because
And you're like, you just get surprised, or
you get surprised, or you're
confirm
kind
your
of,
affirmations,
or you view that player in another light in
Yeah.
terms of how they really should be viewed.
totally. No, that was a good one. All right.
So yeah, let's that wraps up Who the Puck Am I. Let's hop right into our starts of the week, the
All right.
meat and taters of our podcast.
Taters, eh? All right.
Precious.
So I'll start with mine.
Who you got for us?
So, my starts of the week. So, looking ahead for the week, best matchups that are coming up, the Ducks have a pretty sweet schedule. They have 2 home, 2 away. They have Dallas, Colorado, Arizona, and St. Louis. And those are some pretty good matchups. St. Louis is going to Honda Center as well as Dallas, so those should be good matchups, whereas they have Colorado and the Arizona Coyotes on the road, which are fine because they're the weakest teams in the league. So some players I want to mention from the Ducks. We have Ricard Raquel going first, the center left wing who's 44% owned. His scoring touch has been a great addition to the top 6 in Anaheim. He's great on the top unit and has 7 power play points on the season, which is great. He's been absent from the score sheet in the past 4 games, but with the sweet matchups coming up, especially against 2 teams in the top 5 for penalty minutes, you can expect some power play points and some just 5-on-5 scoring. Start your Ducks players with confidence, including this next player, Jakob Silfverberg. Right wing, 58% owned. If you thought Goldberg was great, just downgrade to the silver, We got the Silfverberg. He's been all right as well. So Silfverberg has been on a very prolific line. He's been on the top line as of late, and it's been the top 8 in the past 10 games played with the most prolific lines. He's got some great matchups, as I mentioned, and should be a solid start for the right wing position. So those are 2 names on the Ducks where you should start with confidence.
It's Duck season, boys.
Quack quack.
Quack, quack, quack. All right. Well, since he did a twofer, I'm just going to do the one.
2-for-1 deal.
The 2-for-1. So those two are worth my one player, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because they're Ducks players.
Yeah, exactly. Their value immediately goes down.
There's just lots of people, you know, because of playing the Ducks.
Well, my center that I'm gonna give you right now, he's gonna be excelling because he recently got moved to the first line, and this player is Vincent Trocheck. So he is the center of the Florida Panthers. He got moved to the first line because Barkov just sustained an injury, so they're opened up a vacancy on the first line with Yager and Sevior. So he will be maintaining that position as their center, and he's actually been performing pretty well. He's in his past 6 games, he has 6 points, so that's a point a game average right there. 3 goals, 3 assists. He's got 2 power play points. But the thing that I want to focus on here is he shoots and he hits like no other. He's got 22 shots and 16 hits during those 6 games.
Wow.
So just the fact that he's moving up lines increases his chance of not only producing a lot of points, but it shows that he'll have that steady baseline of 3 shots and 3 hits.
Yeah.
So he'll be throwing a lot of Trochecks around, if you know what I'm saying.
He's a banger for sure.
Yeah. So I value him more on anything than his ability to shoot and hit. So the points are going to be a plus, just the fact that he's on the first line. But he'll get you those solid amount of shots and hits that you'll need in order to win some categories.
Nice.
So, and the fact that he's on the first power play unit does help as well.
Yeah, he's with the magic mullet on the first
He
power
is,
play
yeah.
unit.
So if he grows a mullet, does that make him just as legendary?
No.
Okay, cool.
But it would be awesome.
Oh, okay.
He can't be as legendary as Mr. Yager. He's just too much.
Yes.
But great pick. Yeah, I like Trocheck a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, let's hear yours.
Let me move on to Mr. Game 4? Killer? Yeah, Mike Fisher, I'm for sure. Anyway, Mr. Fisher here, since the holiday break, he had 2 goals, 4 assists, 9 penalty minutes, 4 power play points, and 16 hits. That's pretty good for the captain of the Preds. The Preds themselves have a pretty great week ahead of them as far as matchups go. They're home against Vancouver and Boston, and then they head away to Colorado. And
Lol.
pretty much Colorado makes for great matchups. He's on the second line, and on the first power play, he is also an extremely sexy man. So if you have him and you want to see the picture, put him on the starting lineup. All right.
No,
that does it for our centers.
Hey, Cam, I have to agree with you on that because it takes quite a sexy man to be dating Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher now.
Oh!
Actually, are they married? So,
They are married, yeah.
damn, and he still looks sexy as hell.
But who looks sexier is the real question.
I don't know. Who wears that yellow jersey better? Mr. Fisher
I'm going
Price.
to move on to left wings real quick.
All right.
And just talk about somebody that we talked about in our previous podcast today, but that would be Patrick Red Maroon. I wanted to clarify red because it's a color. It's my favorite crayon.
David Patrick Crayon.
Patrick Crayon.
Okay, well, since the holiday break, Maroon has compiled 6 goals, 1 assist, 14 penalty minutes, 18 shots, and 18 hits. He kind of puts Mike Fisher to shame, but different positions, different teams. Anyway, he currently plays on the top line with McDavid and Draisaitl. That might be a hint as to why he's doing so well. He is also on the second power play unit. And his matchups this week are all at home. He faces San Jose, New Jersey, and Calgary. So I expect him to have a lot of opportunity to put up some points with McDavid and Draisaitl.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So, my next start, I don't want to be lying, but I want you to start Teuvo Teravainen. And the reason is, I mean, he's 17% owned, but Teravainen has the flexibility of an Olympic gymnast. He can play center, left wing, and right wing. and it's amazing.
Oh,
He was on a 5-game point streak, but then he went 2 games pointless before getting back on with an assist in a 4-3 win against Boston. So he had a little bit of a drought, got back on the sheets, and although the Canes have a tough matchup on Tuesday against Columbus, they will be hosting the Sabres and the Islanders this week, both in the bottom 5 in the East. And this is a guy who's been getting a lot of assists. He's not afraid to shoot the puck. Definitely someone I would get in your lineup this week.
And he ain't lying.
I ain't lying. Start Teravainen. Doesn't even rhyme very well, but I like it. All right, Bo.
But I'm not a rapper.
I'm definitely not a rapper.
All right. So this next player that I got for you, he plays on probably the most perfect team right now.
Yeah.
And that is the Calgary Flames because he is on fire.
Got it.
Matthew Tkachuk. As usual, we are not even going to try the Tkachuk Woodchuck.
No.
Because, yeah, you don't want to see that much pain happen. But yeah, Matthew Tkachuk right now is on a 9-game point streak. So he's the definition of a Calgary Flame.
Yep. Tkachuk.
He has 1 goal, 9 assists. He's a +7, 14 penalty minutes, 3 power play points, and 15 shots in those 9 games. So he's giving you everything you could want and more. So let me lay a little stat knowledge on you right now. So you would think, the Calgary Flames, they have some good players like Johnny Gaudreau. They have Mark Giordano. You could say Sean Monahan's usually good.
Mm-hmm.
But Matthew Tkachuk is currently leading the team in assists, plus-minus, and penalty minutes. So I feel like those are some stats that they're not always sought after in terms of when you pick up a player.
Yeah.
But they could be very valuable, especially the penalty minutes. So if you're getting a player that can get you all of those, that's also on a 9-game point streak, I am all about starting this promising rookie right now because he's got his next 4 games in Winnipeg. He's playing the Sharks, which will be tough. But then he goes and plays New Jersey at home, which will be a beautiful thing for him because New Jersey is not good on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll be playing the Edmonton Oilers, who are known to give up some goals. So Matthew Tkachuk, or Tkachuk, if the T is silent for you, he will be...
Depends how you pronounce pterodactyl. Pterodactyl, if you want to add the P. Then you could say Tkachuk.
Yeah. How about the... No, I don't even want to try. Matthew Tkachuk.
Pterodactyl.
Tkachuk. You knew where I was going with that. Tkachuk.
A Tkachuk. Oh, God.
You got to play him while he's hot, and this next week is going to be a continuation of that. So
the picture on the front of our YouTube channel is going to be Tkachuk's face on a pterodactyl,
yes,
right?
It is. Dude, he's going to be in the next Jurassic Park movie, I guarantee you.
All the silent T's and P's in here.
He's going to be eating folks. He's going to...
Oh, man.
No one is safe from the Tkacuckadactyl.
Just don't go in the corners with the Tkachuk. I can't even say it anymore.
Oh, we're just butchering his name right now. Let's move on, please.
Oh, God.
Oh, I guess I have to move on.
You have to. It's awful.
So I'm going to just hop right into the right wingers to save myself from the embarrassment that was the Tkacuckadactyl. Yeah, so my right winger for next week, I'm starting Nikolai Ehlers.
Mm-hmm.
So he is currently...
He's electrifying.
He is. You could
like
say that.
Yeah.
He's got quite the spark right now.
Yeah.
He's on a 4-game goal scoring streak. So he has...
Scoring like an electric eel. You ever heard that song?
I've heard that song,
Yeah,
yes.
there you go.
He's got 5 goals and 1 assist in his past 4 games with a +2 and 10 shots. And it's pretty important that he keeps up this pace. Because as we mentioned in our previous podcast, Patrick Laine
is dead.
Yes. They've knocked his head off completely. So he's completely concussed because they can't find his head. But he is currently on the second line with Scheifele, who's also playing really well with a 5-game point streak. and he's on the first power play unit. So he has been completely promoted, and he is, he's got some good matchups playing against Calgary at home. Montreal will be tough at home, but as we said, Price hasn't been playing as well. And then he's playing at Arizona and at LA. So I like his matchups. I like the fact that the Jets need him to produce more. And I think he's going to do just that. So start Nikolai Ehlers.
All right, Cam. You're up to bat.
Move on to Mr. Gognet, Sam Gagné. He can play center, but I'm going to talk about him here at the right wing position as well. So he's been a big beneficiary of Columbus's amazing win streak that ended against the Caps last Thursday. He's having an amazing bounce-back season with 14 goals, 16 assists, plus 14 baiting, and 89 shots in just 37 games so far.
That's pretty
He
good.
is on track to hit a clear career high of 65 to 70 points this season.
Oh, man.
That's unreal. And he's on the third line, fourth line.
He's a great pickup and a great play for right wing, as the right wing position is definitely the weakest this season on fantasy. Right now, he's only 63% owned, and he's ranked 52nd on that tank tracker. So for me, if he's not owned in your league, pick him up as soon as you can. The schedule this week, he's at Carolina, at Tampa Bay, and then at Florida. So he has the potential to continue scoring this week with his Columbus team.
Cool.
All right.
I like that pick.
All right, we're going to do I'm going to do a really rapid fire round of just a couple of defense. Okay,
Good.
I'm trying to get through this one. So, first up, got Jake Muzzin, 62%
Is
owned.
he your cousin or your muzzin?
I definitely don't want him as my cousin, but Mr. Muzzin, put a muzzin on him, shut him up a little bit. Normally known as the hard-hitting blue liner, manning the second line, Muzzin has been chipping in offensively 3 in his last 4 games, where he's accumulated 1 goal and 3 assists, 2 power play points, 9 shots on goal, and 5 hits in that span. His upside is awesome, as he is seeing 40% of all power play time, and he is playing on the first power play unit with Mr. Doughty. So I would start him with confidence while he's heating up, and if anything, he'll get you hits. He has 78 on the season. Next, we have Andrei Sekera. We've talked about him a lot. He's still only 21% owned, but if he's on the list, you obviously know why, and it's because he's playing on the top power play unit with Connor McD. He's on a 2-game point streak, 2 assists, plus 2, 3 shots on goal, 2 hits in that span. The Oilers have a nice 3-game homestead coming up against San Jose, New Jersey, and Calgary. Calgary is number 1 for penalty minutes and 6th for power play points against, so you might see some power play points come Mr. Sekera's way. Last but not least, I have Justin Falk. What the Falk? He's been missing the past 4 games due to injury, but Mr. Falk returned uneventfully, posting no points in his last 3 games back. But he's been firing the shots from the blue line, getting 9 shots in that span and seeing 45% of all power play time. He's also keeping his ice time above 21 minutes a game, which is crazy. You're going to see some points come your way if you're spending that much time on the ice, unless you're just kind of sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
So I have a question for you. So
Yes.
would you say that he's going to knock out his opponents with a Falcon punch?
Look for him to get back on the score sheet with the Canes in their 3-game homestead. Carolina is currently
Falcon punch! Show me your moves.
He'll shut you down if you're going to try to dangle past him.
Yeah, it's probably not as good as a Malkin punch, but
That is true.
Malkin punch. Oh, he's doing unbelievably well, but it's because he's been healthy.
I want to just I know we're kind of short on time, but Malkin is the top fantasy player right now.
Right now, number 1, right?
Yeah, he is number 1.
So the Malkin punch will for sure just kill you.
Yeah, it'll give you a worse concussion than Patrick Laine got.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. So
anyway,
keep that in mind.
well, while we're on Carolina, I'm just gonna move right into the goalies because I'm already here. Another stat nugget I want to throw out there, just so you can dip that in ketchup and eat it with your nuggets. With
With your McDavid?
Yeah, with your McD. Carolina is currently number 11 in shots for 5-on-5 at home. So they're near the top 10. So expect Justin Falk to be taking a ton of shots from the point. So start Justin Falk, another Carolina Hurricane that you might want to start if you're in a little bit of goalie trouble is Cam Ward. He's only 64% owned. He's been great the past 3 games, putting up 2 wins and a .915 save percentage. Carolina has been much better at home, going 11-4-1 as opposed to 5-11-6 on the road. Their road save percentage is 29th in the league, almost 30th, which would have been worst. And their goals against is 28th on the road, whereas at home it's only 12th. So if you need a goalie start this week, I would turn to Cam Ward as a safe option. So there's your Carolina Hurricanes this week.
Another player with another great name, as we would say.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
If anything, just start him because his name is Cam.
Yeah, if there's anything that we've learned about who the puck am I, any person named Cam is a stud.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Cam?
Pretty true.
Pretty true.
Pretty. All right. Well, I'm going to just give you my last 2 players. Kind of want to throw in another defenseman because I already mentioned him and want to back it up a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Justin Schultz, as I said before, the number 9 fantasy defenseman, and there's such a reason why that he's that. He's on a 5-game point streak, 1 goal, 4 assists in those past 5 games. In his last month, he has 4 goals, 8 assists, a +8 rating, 6 power play points, 23 shots, and 12 hits, giving you everything you could possibly want there. He's definitely benefited from the Penguins' injuries at defense. You know, with Letang and Daly out last month, it has hurt the Penguins, but they've still been able to win games, put up points with Schultz maintaining that top defenseman position. Recently, he's been moved back to the second line, but Coach Mike Sullivan is actually rewarding him with some more time on the first power play unit. So this is a little stat nugget, or not stat nugget, just a little information that I kind of want to give you. They're considering putting both him and Letang at the point.
Yeah,
which
that too.
is pretty,
that's substantial.
That's pretty big, thinking that, the Penguins also, you're going to have Crosby, Malkin, Hornquist in front of the net.
Kessel even.
You could even put Kessel at point. But no
matter who you put up there, if he's on that top line,
the fact that he has earned, if he's earned enough playing time on the power play unit to be on the first PP, is huge.
Yeah.
So, I think you got to start Justin Schultz this week. They're playing in Ottawa and they're playing in Washington and in Detroit. So, maybe not the most ideal matchups, but the Pittsburgh Penguins, their top defenseman, I say you got to start him.
Yep, agreed.
All right, so what my goalie is.
What are they?
Well, yeah, that's proper verb, or not verb, proper pronoun use. Yes, right? No, probably not. I don't speak English.
English is fun.
Hey, you.
Who the puck are we, Bo?
Oh, hello. I don't speak any English. But yes, my goalie is the John Gibson / Jonathan Bernier combo. But honestly, it's really...
What
was that?
Is that combo number 1?
Number 1.
Number 1 combo.
Oh, thank you. Come again.
I'll have a number 1 combo.
Please.
The duck fry rye.
The duck fry rye.
The Gibson Bernier fry rye.
Fry rice, please. But even though it is a combo, I honestly think John Gibson is going to get the majority of the starts. He has fully taken over that starting role from Bernier. He has started the last 8 games in a row, so it's pretty much showing that they are phasing out Bernier at this point. And within those 8 games, he went 4-1-3.
That's pretty good.
But the only reason they have those 3 overtime losses is because the Ducks literally can't win in overtime. It's a known fact.
If the Sharks can beat him in overtime, that shows why.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they've won a game in OT.
Have they not?
No.
I know we beat him twice in OT.
So that's just showing that you can't blame him for those 3 overtime losses. You obviously have to blame the Ducks, like we always do. And they're also missing Getzlaf, so that always hurts. But he's got He's been playing well. He's got in those games he has 4 wins, 1.95 goal against average, and a .936 save percentage. So obviously he is doing his part. So John Gibson, he's got his next 4 games at home against Dallas. He's playing away against Colorado and Arizona. Obviously Bernier will probably take one of those starts, but then he's ending it in St. Louis. So Jonathan Gibson / Bernier.
No, they're at home for St. Louis.
Oh yeah, at home for St. Louis.
Yeah.
Apologies. But yeah, start your Ducks.
Start your Ducks this week for sure. All right, Cam.
All right.
Kill it for
I'm
us.
going to talk about the other game real quick. And their goalie, Peter Budaj, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So, rock spot start for Budaj has a .916 save percentage, 3 wins, and a 2 goals against average. He's been pretty impressive with the Kings team that's dealing with injuries of their own. And they have 3 home games this week versus Dallas, St. Louis, and Winnipeg. So for me, you have Budaj, he's an easy start. And that wraps it up for our goaltenders.
All right.
There we go.
That was a good one, boys. Way to go. Let's all end on a nice Tkacuckadactyl.